a message in the platform I'm using saying they're experiencing issues going live with Facebook. So we'll see how this one goes. But while I'm having a very quick break, I'm just going to answer one of the questions I've had in terms of talking about the 52 card deck, which I had offered over the weekend for those of you who were booking the 12 card reading. So just to say, it's because I was saying, well, what kind of deck is it? It's a real deck. So this is the deck. Oh, that way. That's the deck. It's the coaching card deck. So it's a real deck with cards. There are 52 cards. Some of them are holding cards. So I think it's kind of 47 in total. But so it's a deck. Full color deck. All of the cards are completely different. So they look the same on the back. So that's what they look like on the back. There's the holding deck on the front, little bit of an intro about me, who I am, what I do, some of the modalities. So I'm just going to remove those. And then all of the cards are completely different. So just to kind of show you some of the cards that we have, just grab a few at random. So yeah, they're all completely different. So it's a physical deck. It's a physical deck. It's not an online deck. It's a real deck that you can use. You know, you can choose a card a day. You can choose a card a week if you've got a particular issue going on. Choose a card intuitively. They're across a different range of subjects. Oh, hang on, let me show you some of the cards. So this is the deck that I'm looking at. This is a visual of what it looks like. So those are the decks. Not sure if that link is still working. It was an old one when I first launched it a few years ago. So that's what the cards look like. I will bring you a closer close-up. So there we go. So these are the cards. They're on across a number of different subjects, genres, etc. And what it is, it's a culmination of the things that I've been doing in terms of coaching and therapy since October 2000, because people always say, gosh, Marilyn, or sometimes they say, you know, I was stuck with an issue and I thought about you and I thought, well, what would Marilyn say? What would Marilyn do? And apparently I come up with brilliant ideas. And then sort of saying, gosh, if I could put this in my pocket, if you could bottle this stuff, it would be amazing. So that's what people always used to say. And then over the years, I thought, actually, you know, I could go some way to kind of bottling it by putting it into the card deck. And I would suggest you might use them in the same way that I do my tarot readings. You might just say, okay, I want a message for today. Now, they're designed with coaching in mind. There is a second deck, the money breakthrough deck, but this is the coaching deck. So you could just be saying, okay, and just pull one intuitively, see what it is. So this one, future pace. Some of them are exercises, some of them are coaching questions, some of them are processes. It really depends. But this one says, imagine going out into your best possible future and filling yourself with joy, happiness, health, wealth, and fill in the blank. So I've left a blank space for you to fill in what you would like to fill your life up with. And then it says, bring those feelings back into the now and embody them. So this is a little process that you can do, but they're all completely different. So that's the way that it works. Now, in terms of what I was talking about here over the weekend, this was the landing page. So if you were booking early enough, and I'd limited the number, but I've since updated the page and I thought, right, I've got a set number of decks that I'm going to put into the mix for this. Wasn't around over the weekend, so I'll be changing all the pages probably tomorrow. So if you're watching this in real time, you can still go to the site. And those of you who've already purchased, I'll send you an email. I just need you to let me have a postal address, so I'll put those in the post for you. But what it is, I'm going to be doing a limited number. These are not on my website, so you won't find them on the website. You'll have to go to the page which is shown on the screen, but it's a bit of a mouthful. MarilynDevonish.thrivecart.com/tarot-reading-with-Marilyn-Devonish, or just go to my main website, transformationstm.com, click the red What's New button. A panel will slide out, have a little bit of a scroll, and you'll see the place where you can do this. But what it is, I'm going to do a limited number of 12 card readings. So we're doing a reading for the year ahead. Did this several years ago, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. What was really uncanny, shouldn't be surprised, someone I read for, Lisa, did a card for it, pulled a card for each month of the coming year. And I pulled a particular card saying something was going to be happening in June, quite specific about what came up in the card. You know, let's see what happens. Because I always say it's not about predicting your future. And I put some of the testimonials on this landing page. You'll find them there. Or you can go to my main website, transformationstm.com/tarot readings. You'll also see the testimonials with people's real names and real faces. So I then get a message from Lisa the following year. So 6 months down the line, maybe even longer, because I think we did the readings around November, around a similar time we are now. In June, the thing that I'd said during the reading was going to happen, happened. It was like, whoa. So really cool. Actually, let me see if I can quickly find it. Oh, hold on. Oh, did I add it? Let me just have a look. Oh, let me see. Cancel that. Let me see if it's already in the, yeah. We're cool. Did I put it in here? I'm just going to have a look. No, I didn't. I'm going to add, I had an email over the weekend, funnily enough, from one of my clients. Now I do something, well, I used to do them every single month. In the last 2 or 3 years, I think I've run 1 or 2 a year, if that. But I ran a what I call the Tarot and Huna Big Clearing course. It's a group thing. I do a 1-card reading for people. Here we go. So, and they've given me permission to share it. So I got this on Saturday. Today is Monday. If you are watching this in real time, let me show you when it comes up. It's not showing up. Oh, I'm on the wrong end. Right. Might be, maybe that's what they mean when they're saying it's having a little bit of a problem with the Facebook. So I got an email this on Saturday, so 2 days ago. I had said that there was something coming up, and I had said in the reading that they might want to be looking at a leadership position, that there'll be something coming up with a leadership role. They sent me an email on Saturday. I would like to find it because I do like you to see things with your own eyes. Let me just give it one more go, see if I can get it to upload or figure out why it's not uploading. That might be what they meant about when the message was saying they're having problems with Facebook. Could it be? Let's try again. Oh, I know why. I know why. Right. Because for some reason, I'm just going to do this. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. But what it is with regards to this, they were offered a job. It should say, right, JPEG. I'm going to take all of that gumph out because I think that might have been confusing the system. And right, let's see if that works. Let's give this another go. Not to be defeated, because I've just been running a workshop about resilience. So I'm like, no, not having that. Right, let's do it again. Let's see, this should work because I want to show you the email. All right, we should be we're cooking with gas now. Thank you for your patience. And what I'll do before we go is I'll pull a couple of cards. So here we go. So I'm going to move that one out of the way. Let me show you the email. Of course, I blurred out they said I can say their first name. So they had sent me an email. So they said, "Dear Marilyn, thank you for your email. I wanted to say thank you for the last reading last time, which was spot on." That's what people say a lot. The readings are spot on. They said, "You said I would be called to do some kind of leadership role." So that's what I said during the group tarot reading. "Yesterday, my director asked me if I want to take on a trainer role. It will be a brand new created position." So I always say you could not make this stuff up. I remember years ago, I'm not going to go searching for it now, but again, the same Tarot and Huna Big Clearing call where I do a tarot reading, then I do a Huna clearing after the reading. And I had apparently been talking to someone about keys to a house, a new house. They emailed me a few months later saying, "Marilyn, I've just got the keys to a new house." Seriously, and as many of you maybe have heard me talk about with my membership group, I do a free reading every month for Tarot Tuesday. So I just go into the group and say, "Hey, who wants a reading?" People just say yes, I'll do a reading for them. I don't know what they want the reading to be about. I just do the reading. People are used to that now. And then what started happening is people would come back in and go, oh my God, just listen to the reading, just what, because I do it as Facebook Live. Normally I'm talking to myself because I have to just find little pockets of time where I can slot it in. And it's not always convenient to be there live, so they're often watching the replay. And people are saying, oh my God, that was spot on. And then they'll relay what's really been happening. So one of them, I think when I first started out, that would have been in 2016, for some reason, I'm going on about medical stuff and saying it really sounds as though if there's something medical, you might want to get a second opinion, and some organic vegetables might be a good idea. They were not there live. They then watched the replay and says, Marilyn, I wasn't there live because I just gone to see a doctor to get a second opinion. And on the way home, I just felt compelled to get some organic vegetables. I'm not kidding you. That's how specific it has been. So what I did eventually was I went back and I watched some of the videos so I could do a transcript. So I was typing while I was listening to what I was saying, so transcribing myself. And then I did a cut and paste and put it side by side with what people came back and reported back. And I did a whole blog about that. What I'll do is I'll add it somewhere in the description of this video so that you can see it for yourself. And those are just one card readings for a couple of minutes, as I did for Nathalie here. So you'll be getting 12 cards. We'll be going into a lot more detail. As I said, this is not on my website because it's not a regular service that I offered it 7 or 8 years ago, but I thought it might be a fun one to do for kind of Black Friday week. So you've got a couple of days if you wanted to catch this offer, and then we'll do the readings either sometime in December or sometime in January, and we'll do the 12 card readings for the year ahead. Now, there's a really brilliant piece, well, there's lots of brilliant feedback on my website, but there's one in particular. I'm not gonna pull it up on here. I'm going to see if I can find it on my own website. Come on, Google. Give it some welly. Right, here we go. So I want to go to coaching sessions. I'm on my own website. Angel card readings. That's the one. Right. So you'll find the testimonials on this. Not that one. This is a new one. This only came in 2 days ago. But I'm looking for the one from Lisa Howells. So, and I think this is a really good summary of how I would also describe the readings. So Lisa says, having worked with Marilyn before, I know she is highly perceptive and intuitive. So trusted the reading would be interesting to say the least, ! It isn't the case of the cards telling your fortune. It's about them reflecting your current situation back to you, so you can clearly see what areas need to be worked on. Marilyn's interpretation of the cards is clear, concise, and understandable. She is adept at picking up the subtleties of your individual circumstances. I was reminded, as I often am, that when the angels want you to know something, they create paths to it. Having the reading solidified my existing thoughts towards what I needed to be addressing and has given me the impetus to get back to it. Intuitive, charismatic, and non-judgmental, Marilyn has made the experience wholly creditable and intelligent. Fabulous. That's Lisa Howells, writer, magazine editor. I'm going to read you the one from Kwame, actually, because you may be watching this and going, oh, I've never had a tarot reading, never had an angel card reading, don't know what to expect, what's it all about. And when I was redoing some training, Kwame McPherson, I was looking for volunteers. So I kind of went to my e-newsletter list, etc. I think I put a little call out on social media as well. I was expecting 1 or 2 people to reply because I just needed to do 1 or 2 readings. I think I had like 27. I did every single one of them because I thought, oh gosh, they're all excited. So I just did them all. And Kwame was one of the people. So he says, so Kwame McPherson's a multiple award-winning author, poet, and he calls himself an authorpreneur mentor. So Kwame said, I heard Marilyn had started angel card readings, ? What? That's the question I asked myself. What's an angel card reading? Since I had no idea what this reading comprised of, I cautiously volunteered anyway. Marilyn explained how long it would take and what would happen. Lo and behold, and somewhat surprised, it was a painless process. But what truly amazed me about this reading was the uncanny accuracy. The reading highlighted where I currently am in my life and what's about to come about. And to say that I am not excited is an understatement in the least. I believe, no, I know, as in KNOW, that as a guide herself, Marilyn is well suited for the role of being an angel card reader, and I can see her empowering other lives around her. I say, may she long continue to do so. And then a couple of days after that, something I said in the reading that would show up unexpectedly happened exactly like we said in the reading. So that's Kwame McPherson, award-winning author, writer, poet, and also authorpreneur and mentor. So just to give you a little flavor, I always say, look, the cards are going to do what the cards are going to do. I remember there was someone, actually that testimony was on here as well. There was somebody who told me what they wanted to do the reading about, because often I do what I call cold readings, where I don't know what the person is asking about, but they had voiced what they wanted me to focus on. I was like, oh, right then. I pull the cards have got nothing to do with what they asked me about. But I'm like, the cards are here now. I'm just going to do my thing and I'm going to just do the reading. So I do the whole reading, knowing full well that what they've just asked me is not reflected in the reading that I'm doing. Then it got interesting. They said, I'll read you their testimony as well. Thank you, Marilyn, for an excellent angel card reading today. I'm on my website. These are public. You can go and read them for yourself. Thank you, Marilyn, for an excellent angel card reading today. I began with one issue in my mind, but decided to focus on another issue. I was amazed your reading was specifically answering my main intention and not the one I thought was right. In fact, I got the feeling the latter issue was more of a non-issue in the big scheme of things. Frankly, I was surprised how accurate your readings were as it pertained directly to my radio station, Untangled FM. You highlighted important points about leadership and staying focused on purpose, giving me brilliant clarity about my road ahead. Thank you very much for such an excellent reading. I'm most happy to wholeheartedly recommend you as an angel card reader as soon as you are ready. Oh, by the way, did I say how impressed I was in your ability to get over 60 minutes of information to me in less than 30 minutes? Fabulous value. I wish you all the best in success in the next phase of your life journey. So oftentimes we're covering massive amounts of data in a very short amount of time. Hi, Annika. Annika says, I love a tarot reading. I'm usually first in line in the membership group. So yes, absolutely. So here we go then. What I'm going to do is, let me go back here. Let's bring up the backdrop. Actually, no, I don't want that one. I'm going to bring up the other one because I don't know that URL is still alive and kicking. So let's do this. All right then. So actually what I'm going to do is getting really dark all of a sudden. Give me a second. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm just going to close the curtains and put the lights on. So that's like, give me 30 seconds. And then I will pull a card for you from the coaching deck. So let's do that and do that. Let there be light. All right, so I think we're a bit better lit now. Okay, so you know the drill, Annika, as you said. You are always first. Like, oi, where's the post for Tarot Tuesday? So here we go. I will give them a shuffle. Now, for those of you who don't know, when I'm choosing the cards, I always choose them facing away from me. So that's what I can see as I'm choosing the cards. I don't see the cards until I turn them over. So I am going to, and I'll hold them just so you can see them, though. I'm going to go with that one there. What we got. Oh, okay. Let me show you that. Actually, let me do that for 1 second, just so you get a bigger view. So this one is next steps. So it says, what can you do to move yourself another step closer to your goal, outcome, or dreams? So with this one, if you kind of look at the backdrop of this card, there's like a chalkboard wall on the back. If you know Caroline Chappell, her mind map is on the photo reading workshop because she did a sketch note for me in terms of the whole photo reading, whole mind system. But she does these wonderful sketch notes for organizations, and often they'll give her a whole wall to work with. So it looks a bit like that. So this is one where if you haven't yet been planning, strategizing, brainstorming, getting all of the ideas going, now would be a really, really good time to do that. Map it all out. Just put the ideas down as they come. If you enjoy mind mapping, do some mind mapping around it, but just map out the concepts and the ideas, all of the things that possibly are on your mind about where you're at, what you're doing now, and potentially what you can do in the future. And then you'll notice the staircase. The staircase, actually, the reason I chose this particular image, because I do love a good bit of photo reading, each of the steps of the staircase is a different book. So you might think of that as a different realm of knowledge, for example. And then it could be you ask yourself the question daily. It could be you ask yourself the question weekly. It could be you ask yourself the question monthly. What can I do today, this week, this month, this quarter, in the next hour, however you want to do it? What can I do to move myself another step closer to my goals, to my dreams, to my outcomes, depending on how you phrase it? And then whatever it is that comes to mind, if it's appropriate, if it's something you can do that is a bit of a quick win, just get it out of the way, just do it. If it's something that requires a bit more planning, diarizing, then get it in the diary in terms of what you're going to do. But this one is about taking those incremental steps. They don't have to be big, massive steps. You might say, look, today there's been this thing I've been meaning to look at and research, so you might do the research for it. The next day or the next week or that beginning of the quarter, it might be, actually, I was going to write something, or I'm going to make a phone call, or I'm going to send an email, or whatever it might be. And what you might also want to do in terms of the ideas that you've been generating and mapping out, getting down on paper, being creative. And I would say also use some pictures, some symbols, some diagrams as well. Don't just go with a linear list. And I know that you are super creative in terms of those wonderful journals and books that you create. You could then go back and use what you've created as the next step. So you could go back and look and say, okay, what's on there? Look at the time that you have available. Which of those things that are on I'm pointing over there because that's where my whiteboard is on the wall, but which of those things can I draw down from the list, the creative brainstorming session, and put into action? And if it's something bigger, then you break it down and chunk it. So just in the same way that a book has chapters, everything doesn't have to be done all at once. It could be that the step is then broken down into, metaphorically, little steps, chapters, etc. So that's what I'd say about that one. Also, if I were going to go with a metaphor for this one, if you look at the top of the step, the door is open. So I'm going to say, whatever it is that's going on now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's that case of now taking those steps, consistent steps, I would say, would be key in terms of getting you to that place. And don't judge the steps as you're going along. Just know and be happy, please, I've done that, I've ticked another one off, I've ticked another one off, I've taken another step, I've taken another step, I've taken another step. Because it may not be until you get to the middle of the staircase, even the top of the staircase, or even through the door, that you look back and go, wow, actually, because this is about the power of the cumulative effect. So that's what I would say about that one. It's about what are the next steps. It's the perfect time of year, coming up to the end of the year, going into the new year, goals, New Year's resolutions, all that sort of stuff. I'd say this is a really brilliant card for that as well, because it's a great way to take stock in terms of where are you going next and what are the steps that will help to get you there. And there may be some resources that you pick up along the way, but you don't have to get too much into that at the moment. It's just take that next step, take that next step. And it's as though then the next things will be revealed to you as well, a bit like going through a tunnel that isn't straight. You can only see to the point that you can see the kink, but then you get to the next bit, you get to the next bit, you get to the next bit, and it feels like that will be that. So that's what I'd say about that. Let me know how that one resonates. But yes, so I just wanted to show you all the deck, that it's a real deck. So when you book the 12-card reading, oh, did I? Hold on. Sorry, that was a rhetorical question. I just asked myself a question. Went, did I do that? Yeah, it's still up. I haven't taken it down yet. I'm just looking. Yeah, because I've really not been online the last couple of days. So when you're booking the 12 card reading, so it's 12 cards because there's one card for each month of the year. For those of you who are booking in the next few hours, you will also get this deck, so you can do your own readings, you can pull your own cards. And there are times where I use it just as a daily deck. I might go, okay, what's the message for today? And I pull a card, I see what's on it. Oh, this is a good one. Meditation is what it says. Actually, there are two stuck together, so I'll show you both of those. So meditation and utilization. So this one, take time out to meditate, notice the in-breath, notice the out-breath, relax your breathing. And then I've taken you through a little meditation exercise that you can do with this one. This one is the perfect accompaniment. It just happened to be next to it. I pulled them both out and they were sort of stuck together. So it says, rather than waiting for the perfect time and space to meditate or relax, seize the day and start where you are. With practice, you can get into a relaxed state in the most unlikely of places. And then I've got someone, what I call suited and booted, meditating on their desk. So that's the deck of cards. It's going along the ticker tape in terms of where you will find the information about that. So you can go to the long URL if you would like to, or you can, that's interesting. Sorry, I was just reading a little message there. So you can go to the long URL or just go to my website, click on the watch new button, and it will then slide out as well. Okay, that's cool. Perfectamundo. So yes, that's what the deck is. Wanted to let you see it so you know it's a real deck. It will be winging its way in the post. If you're international, please remember, don't just put XYZ street and expect me to know which state, province, zip code you are in. I will need your full postal address. So what I'm going to do tomorrow morning is I'll email everyone who's booked early enough to get the free deck with their reading. And the reason for doing that, I thought it'd be a really nice bonus so you can do your own readings as you go throughout the year and have a coaching companion by your side. Yeah. That's it. If you've got any questions, got any queries, you can drop them into the comments, or you can ping me an email. Ticker tape is going along the bottom, but easiest thing is go to transformationstm.com, click the red watch new button, panel will slide out, and then you'll see where you can book your session. I've also included the other things that are included with the reading, and this is in the run up to Black Friday, so the pricing will be changing when I update the page tomorrow as well. And then again, this is not something I kind of offer on a regular basis, so it's not going to be eternally available. But when this offer is over, what I might do is just change it so it more reflects the readings you can do on my regular page, which are, if it's a very short reading, it's a 1 to 3 card reading. If it's something a bit longer, we might choose 3 or 4 cards, and then we'll do some coaching around it. But the 12 card reading isn't something that's a usual. So it's a limited edition offering. And if you know someone who would benefit from this, please feel free to share the link, the details, the video. And I was saying in my e-newsletter list, this is one that it'll be a really fantastic Christmas or New Year gift for people, because it's one that will keep on giving. Both the reading will keep them going for the year ahead, and also the coaching deck if you're booking early enough. So you'll catch this for the next few days, but the offer of the free deck, that will be ending when I update the page in the morning. So I think I've answered all the questions. It's a physical deck. It will be posted out to you. Offer ends I was going to take it down over the weekend, but I just was not online. So I've got a few other things I need to get to today. So in the morning, if I can do it tonight, I'll update the page tonight. But yes, if you go there and you don't see the cards, it's because you've kind of missed out on the offer. If you don't see the 12 card reading, it's because that's expired. But I will put a link on the page where you can go to my regular website and just book a regular 3 to 4 card reading. And with that, we normally do like past, present, future, and then we'll do an overarching card which will help tell the story of what we've been looking at. Cool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Hope you found the reading useful, Arnica, and I will catch you all later. And thank you also for sharing the details. And also, yeah, I think it could be the perfect Christmas or New Year or even birthday gift. And if you are booking it for someone else, tell me who you've purchased it for, so that when they get in touch, I actually have their details, so we have no confusion there. Cool. Catch it all later, and thank you so much for watching.